Hi, Beaux here at Beaux Insurance, Read Insurance. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to determine how much insurance you need on your home. Now, your home is one of the largest purchases you're ever going to buy. This is the thing that is going to be your largest investment, most probably, is going to be your home. This is the place that you want to make sure that you get the insurance right, because if you make a mistake here, you could end up in a really bad position where either you've not protected that investment very well, or you may end up homeless. You may end up where you owe your mortgage company and you don't have a way to pay them because your home has been destroyed and you don't have insurance adequately done. Well, I'm going to break that down for you, talk about the two different types of coverages that are really important in there, and make sure that you've made a really informed decision about picking those coverages. So let's start talking about that now. So you bought a home, or you have a home, or you are maybe even looking at buying a home for the first time. And so you've got these decisions that you got to make, but you may not even be aware of it. You know, you may be just talking to your realtor and to your mortgage company, and all they're talking about is how much it's going to cost to buy this home. And so you know that's got something to do with your home insurance, but you may not even heard of homeowner insurance or also know all the different components to that policy. Hey, that's not your fault. I mean, it's just you haven't been in this position yet, and so you're not aware. Well, we're going to make sure that you understand, so that way that you're not found in a bind later, or you're buying something and you've got no idea what you're buying, but you just know your realtor, your mortgage company said you got to buy it. So, well, if y'all want this home, I got to buy this, right? Well, you need to know, because like I said, this is the largest investment probably of your life so far. You want to make sure you get this right. I mean, you're talking about a lot of money here, and you deserve to understand what you're buying. You deserve to feel good about what you're buying, and to not have some gray area about, you know, what you're actually buying here, right? So let's talk about this. So there's a couple of different things that are really important. There's this property part of it, and then there's also a liability part of this. Liability is to protect you and to protect your assets. You know, it's there so that if something happens, like someone gets hurt there at your premises or something like that, you're out somewhere and someone says, hey, you know, I'm going to sue you because you did this to me. You know, that's the liability part. It's for third party. It's third party damages, whether it's to a person or to property. That's where liability comes into play. That is going to protect you and protect your assets. The second part of it is going to be the property part. The property part is for like the building, stuff you own, you know, buildings you have on the property, or structures you have on the property. That's the property part. So there's two different parts. There's the liability over here, and then there's the property over here. There's these two different pieces, and they work together as a bundle to make a homeowner policy, which is a type of package policy. One of the things you want to make sure is, obviously, you want to make sure that you got enough to protect your, to take care of your mortgage. If something happens to your home, it burns down, or it is damaged completely by a storm of some sort, hey, you've got a mortgage that you're obligated to, and you've got to pay that regardless of whether you got a house or not, whether it's just a slab now because it's been burnt to the ground or not. You still have to pay that. You've made an agreement to them to pay that. Well, you need to make sure you got enough insurance to take care of that, right? Well, that's one of the reasons. Another reason is you need to make sure that you're able to rebuild that home. Inflation has really affected the cost of lumber and building materials, and then also, labor itself in the last couple of years. Once upon a time, you used to build a house for $100 to $150 a square foot. Those days are gone. Really, it's going to be $150 to $250 per square foot. Let me say that again. That's $150 to $250 per square foot is what it's going to cost to rebuild your home. An example would be you have a 2,000 square foot house. Once upon a time, you might could have built that for a couple $100,000. You can't do that anymore. It's going to be easily $300,000, $400,000, or even $500,000 to rebuild that home. You need to make sure that you're insured adequately. What happens if you don't? Well, inside of every insurance policy, there's a thing called a co-insurance clause. Now, I'm not going to get too down into the weeds on it, but what that basically means is this. If you don't carry how much insurance you are supposed to, they're not going to pay you for your claim like you would like them to. Let me say that again. If you don't cover your home and have enough insurance like you're supposed to, meaning you don't insure it for its replacement cost, what it costs to rebuild it, then the insurance company is not obligated to pay you your full claim like you would like them to. They're going to do it based off of a percentage. If you have 50% of the insurance that you're supposed to, they're going to pay you 50% of the insurance claim. I know that doesn't feel very good, but they're just going to fulfill the obligation that you have bought for. Let me say that one more time. They're only going to fulfill the obligation that you've given them enough money for. If you bought half the insurance you need, they're only going to pay you half the claim. Now that's not going to feel very good on claim day. So make sure that you get enough insurance to make sure that your home is going to be repaired and replaced. Most claims are going to be a partial loss, but still that co-insurance penalty that I was talking about, that clause, it's going to affect you on those claims. So if you have a $50,000 storm damage to your house and you only have 75% of the claim, they're only going to pay you 75% of the claim. So you only have 75% of the insurance, only going to pay you 75% of the claim. Another thing is going to be you want to be able to make sure that you replace your stuff, right? Well, you got lawnmowers, you got furniture, you got TVs, you got all kinds of different things in your house. You got clothes, stuff accumulates over years, right? And you may have, $50,000, $100,000 worth of stuff, if not more. Well, you need to be able to replace that stuff if something happens. You've got all this stuff that you use, that you want and you like, right? Well, you paid for it. You paid money for that. Well, you need to make sure you've got enough insurance to replace that. That's your contents insurance. You may also have outbuildings like a shed or something like that. You may have a she shed on your property or something like that, and fences and other things like that. Well, you want to make sure that those are covered. Another thing is going to be living expense. That's also underneath the property coverages. You may not have ever heard of this, but living expense or additional living expense, that is coverage for you so that if your home cannot be lived in because of a covered claim, they will pay you money so you can go stay with somebody else and not stay with your mother-in-law. You may say, well, I love my mother-in-law. I don't mind going staying with her. Hey, I love mine too. But the reality is, who wants to go stay with them for 3 months? If you have a substantial claim to your house that's going to make it where you can't live there, it's going to be months before you're able to get back in your home. Now you think about that. You just stop for just 1 minute and think, do I really want to live with my relatives for 3 months? I don't. I love mine, but I don't. So underneath your policy is an additional living expense that you can have on your policy. It comes standard with a homeowner policy, but just make sure that it's enough to take care of that for you. Now let's talk about liability coverage. Now that's the other piece. Remember I told you property damage was over here, liability coverage is over here. So liability coverage is there to protect you. If someone brings some sort of a lawsuit against you, they say, you did this to me, you hurt me, or you did damage to my stuff, then they can file it underneath this policy and it will protect you. It will take care of settling your claim. What else will it do? It will provide you with legal defense. Look, if they sued you, they're going to bring you to court and they're going to have an attorney. Attorneys are really good at arguing. They are really good at coming up with some sort of argument against you to say you did indeed do this thing. You know who's not very good at arguing? Typically us, most of us, just people in general. We may think that we are, but we're not licensed to do that. We're not, trained to do that. We don't do that for a living every day. Attorneys do that for a living every day. So they are going to be much better at it than you are. Well, you need legal defense. Well, your policy underneath your liability insurance will provide that legal defense and represent you in the court of law to make sure that your best interest is taken care of. And then if you happen to be found at fault, they'll pay the claim for you. That protects your assets, protects you from the attorney, protects you, whenever you're going to be, they're going to have the upper hand against you. This helps protect you for that. So there's two different important parts of the policy. Make sure that you have educated yourself and that you are making good informed decisions. Here at Reed Insurance, we have 4 promises. If your agent is not fulfilling these 4 promises for you, it is time for you to find a new independent insurance agent. Those 4 promises are: we're going to make sure that your policy is doing its number 1 job. Its number 1 job is to protect your assets. The number 2 job of your agent is, hey, make sure that you understand what you're buying and that you feel good about it. You spend way too much money on insurance to be not feeling good about it. Third thing is that your agent should be making sure that your policy fits into your budget and it is adjusting to your lifestyle as you move down the line in your family. As your family grows or it shrinks or whatever, or you accumulate more assets or you grow more in income. They need to make sure that your policy is responding for you for that. The last thing is that we, as an independent insurance agent, we represent a lot of companies. So we're going to make sure that we're going to find the right company that's going to fit you personally and make sure that it fits all the different things that you need inside of your insurance policy. Hey, I hope this video has helped you out. Helps you to understand how to determine what you need to buy in your homeowner insurance policy. Looking at those two different parts of it, the property and then the building. The property part of it and the liability part of it. Hey, if you have not done so already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Every Thursday we post a new video to help you to understand and make informed decisions about your insurance. If you have not done so yet, make sure you hit that thumbs up button to tell us that you like this video. If you have any questions or comments, hey, leave them in the notification section down here at the bottom. We'll be glad to respond to you. I will personally respond to every one of the comments, any questions you have. If there's another video you would like us to post, hey, please put it in the comment section and I'll respond to you. I hope this helps you out a lot and I appreciate you. And until next time, I hope you have a great day.